Hello. My name is Ashlee and welcome to my channel. So, it is Thanksgiving. So I wanted to do a little video and talk about 3 myths of Thanksgiving. So myth number 1 is that the Native Americans and the Europeans shared land and shared things, and that they wanted to share things. So I've read a little bit into this, and basically what happened when the Europeans came over on the Mayflower, actually there had been Europeans that came before the Mayflower. We just don't talk about that. A lot of our history in America tends to begin when they came over from the Mayflower, but Native Americans had been there for a very, very long time. Europeans had already come over. That's why smallpox was already there and already killing a lot of people. So when the Mayflower came over, they felt like they needed to have a compromise or try to compromise with them. Although not everyone agreed with that. There were actually people within that tribe that did not want to compromise with them and did not want to deal with them. Really, they wanted them to leave. The English, the Pilgrims, they ended up buying land from the Native Americans. When they bought that land, they were not buying it like, oh, this is Native American land, like we're gonna buy it, but we're still under the governance that the Native Americans have. No, they decided that they were going to have their own governance and that they now own that. And there's a really good movie it's a horror movie, but it's great. It's called The Pilgrims, and it's on Hulu, and it's amazing. And it's basically about this family, and the stepmom is really excited to have these pilgrim reenactors come to their house and reenact the first Thanksgiving. And the stepdaughter or the daughter is like, I don't want this. This is weird. And, as the viewer, of course, this isn't going to end well because a lot of what we think is a myth, right? And, it was a genocide. And so what happened is they come in and they took over, I think, the backyard at first, but then they continue to keep taking over more areas and more space in the house to where they've kind of taken over the whole house, and they're trying to indoctrinate everyone on their beliefs and how they believe. And so I really like the movie. I would suggest that movie. It's a really good movie, and I feel like it pairs perfectly with this. Myth number 2 is that Native Americans were not civilized, and they needed the English or the Europeans to come over and civilize them. Actually, the Pilgrims stole corn from the Native Americans, struggled in the beginning, and a lot of them died. Another thing that kind of aided in this, and the thing that really pushed this, was manifest destiny. So manifest destiny is this theory or this idea that these white Christians were supposed to expand and were owed this land. Sound familiar? That they were owed this land, and that they had to go and conquer this land because that's what God wanted them to do. They also said when they brought smallpox in and genocided the Native Americans, they said it was an act of God. They believed they had the right to do all of this because of God, because it was God's will. There's a painting kind of about it. I forgot what happened. I think that's really prevalent to the time we're living in now, because the people in power have the same ideals as they did back then of, I'm going to do all of this, and I'm going to do all these policies, and I'm going to, oppress these different people or go after these different people because it's God's will, and, that's what's supposed to happen, even though you cannot prove that, and there's just an excuse to do what you want. The third myth. I feel like I've been seeing this meme. Okay, this is a side note. I've been seeing this meme online. Madame Morrible, she always does this on the red carpets or the interview. She goes, Madame Morrible, turn it around, wicked witch. Oh God, I'm obsessed.
WWMMWWMM
Turn into Wicked Witch. I know.
So she's made Elphaba the Wicked Witch. When, in all honesty, Madame Morrible, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
Anyway, The third myth is, I think we think that the English or the Pilgrims came up with Thanksgiving, but actually Native Americans had a lot of different, they called them like festivals where they would give thanks to the earth and care about the earth and, be grateful for what they have. And so, yeah, which is not not surprising at all. It's not surprising. That's what we have learned and been taught throughout history. But yes, that is the 3 different myths of Thanksgiving. I just want to do a short little video today. I hope you have very good holidays. And I personally am grateful for all of you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this video. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.